Sanibonani nonke, welcome to my YouTube channel. For those of you who are new here, welcome. Igama lami nginguNonhlanhla kaNhlapho and I am your host. For those of you that are returning subscribers, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for subscribing, and thank you so much for just interacting and receiving our videos so well. Last week we started off with our topic of UKUPHAHLA, and this week I just decided that I'm going to give you guys a basic step-by-step guide on how to go about the process of UKUPHAHLA. A number of people, get confused in terms of which tools are ideal for the process, but I don't want you to worry about that. I don't want you to worry about the tools right now. What I do want you to pay careful attention to is the process, the method, the protocol. How do you then set up your station and ensure that you are ready ukuthi ungaphahla? So the things that you need for UKUPHAHLA really are just a crystal white glass with water. You will need coins aitu akhanyayo, imali khanyayo. Those are 1 rand, 2 rand, noma 5 rand coins. You need 2 of them. You will also need to have isnave, and you will then also need to have other tools. For example, nangabe usebenzisa impepho, uzoyiprepare na impepho yakho, noma mhlambe if you prepare whatever other thing, umqombothi or whatever, then now uzoprepare, and you prepare it all kundawo yakho ozobe uphahla kuyo, right? So what do you say uphahla? The first thing you need to do is switch on your candles. I need to you're on your knees, you have prepared your place, the room has been cleansed, everything is in order, you've been, you've fasted, you haven't been having sex, everything that we spoke about in the previous video is ready, you are set, you are ready now to do this. So now the things that you need to, if you're a woman, uzobuthwele ekhanda. Ukuthwala ekhanda obviously represents humility, it represents uzotha, and in African cultures it represents respect. So because you're speaking to your elders, you're speaking to your guides, then uzothwala ekhanda if you're a woman. If you're a man, uzombatha mhlambe a jacket, just to show some respect and to show that ngempela uyazehlisa and uzothile for the process. Now you're on your knees, you're wearing a skirt if you're a woman, and uguqile ngamadolo, usuyaqala-ke i-process yakho. Ukhanyisa amakhandlela akho ayi-2, and the reason why we have 2 candles really is because each person sizelwe ifamily, we are born of a woman and a man. So ikhandlela eliyi-1 limele umndeni wakhabo baba, ikhandlela lesibili limele umndeni wakhabo baba. And really I say white candles because this is just a blueprint of UKUPHAHLA. There are so many other color candles that you can use, but for the purposes of this video and just explaining the basic guide on how to do this, I'm just going to explain and elaborate on the 2. Ikhandlela lokuqala, as I've mentioned, ukhanyisela your maternal side of the family. Ikhandlela lesibili ukhanyisela your paternal side of the family. Irregardless ukuthi uhlawuliwe, irregardless ukuthi uyabazi abantu bakabo babakho, irregardless ukuthi wena bakushiya, irregardless ukuthi babakho wakuphika, those things do not matter. What matters now is that you are observing protocol and you are giving respect to them. You switch on your candles, and umusuwakhanyisile-ke amakhandlela akho. The next step, what you do is you take your another thing that I need to mention is that ukhanyisa each candle with its separate matches, right? You don't use the same matches for both the families, because now the flame that you are trying to ignite in each family needs its own spark. So uzokhanyisa with 2 different matches. Matches wokuqala uyakhanyisa ikhandlela lakho lokuqala, matches wesi-2 uyakhanyisa ikhandlela lakho lesi-2, and then ke usuyaqala uvula isnave sakho, your coins are there, your water is there, uyakhanyisa, then uyakhipha-ke isnave sakho, and then you start speaking. And really you speak from your heart, you speak with intention, you are explicit as you possibly can be about the things that you want to discuss, the things that you want to communicate about, and the things that you're asking for if you're asking for anything. But really you need to set your intentions to be very strong, and you need to establish a very strong connection from the onset. So usuyachitha isnave sakho, uyababiza Thokozani bogogo nabomkhulu, makhehla amahle, makhehla amadala. Ngiyanibiza amadlozi wakabomama, ngiyanibiza amadlozi wakabobaba. Angikhethi ibala ledlozi, ngiyanibiza kuni nonke kumagumbi amane womhlaba. You speak, you call upon amadlozi amancane namadlozi amadala. Kunina enginaziyo nani enginganazi, anginibizi ngamagama kodwa ngiyanibiza nonke in my bloodline. Ngiyanibiza ngicela ukuthi ke nanisondele yimi, and then this is an important step. You say who you are. Yimi uNhlanhla wakanhlapho ozalwa uPortia wakaGadebe, isizukulu saka Masabela, uPrudence. Then khabo babami ngiyabiza nakini amadlozi wakhabo baba kanje ngizalwa, you call upon your dad. Ngizalwa ubanibani owakabanibani kanje. And you state your case. The reason why I'm reaching out to you guys is because ngicela ukuthi noma bengifisa ukunazisa ukuthi noma bengicela ukubuza ukuthi, but you state your case. You then say your reason for reaching out. And the important thing also to do, uPhahla, is to call upon amadlozi amahle, because really in all families there's amadlozi amahle kunamadlozi amabi. Kunamadlozi who amadlozi angahlanjululwanga, kunamadlozi who haven't been healed. So you do not call upon those ones. Sibiza amadlozi amahle, sibiza amadlozi akhanyisayo. Cela ukuthi adede lawa angakhanyisi, sicela lawa angekho progressive abuyele emuva, you know. And you also state your limitations. Uyabatshela ukuthi bogogo nabomkhulu mangabe khona lapho engone khona, ngicela ukuthi ningezi ngolaka, ngicela ukuthi ningikhanyisele, nize ngobuhle, nize ngokuthula, ngicela ukuthi ningicorrecte, you know, nize ngamaphupho. Kodwa yena niyawazi ama limitations esiphila kuwo emhlabeni, ngicela ukuthi ningangithethisi, ningezi ngolaka, etc. Then when you are done stating your case and stating the reason for ukuphahla kwakho, you then take the 2 coins that I told you about in the beginning of the video. You drop them into the water, right? Uthathe icoin lakho lokuqala, ngale mali ngikhunga idlozi lakabomama. You drop it in. Ngale lesibili ngikhunga idlozi lakabobaba. And then you leave it there. Remember, once all of that is done, you do not blow out your candles. You pinch them. Pinch candle 1, you pinch candle 2. And then after you're done with that process, you then take that water, you place your hand over them and you pray over them. That water then becomes iswasho sako. You then take that water and you bath with it. You then take that water, or you uyakoroba ngabo, or whatever you want to do with it. Excuse me. But lawo manzi lawo then become your water ayiswasho. What do you do with the coins now? What you do with the coins is you give them out to children that you do not know, estrateni. You give them to a stranger, a beggar. You know, we get those street beggars at the robots. You give them to anybody that, you know, is in need. And the point now in giving them to umuntu and not keeping them for yourself is that you are expectant of that thank you. And thank you. It is a sign that your guides have received it. It is a sign that your guides have, you know, acknowledged the entire process. And I really hope that, you know, this basic guide helps you. If there are any other questions, please comment down below and I will be sure to answer them and interact with them. Don't forget that, you know, as I mentioned before, you are more than welcome to use other things. Other families will then use, for example, IMPEPHO. Other families will use, in terms of candles, you know, for example, ikandlela elimhlophe. You will use sometimes ikandlela elibovu. I will do a separate video explaining the different candle color meanings and in what instances you may use them. But for the purposes of this video, I did just explain the one candle, which is ikandlela elimhlophe, which is ikandlela really that you use muqela ukukhanya. It is the candle you use when you're asking for clarity, when you're asking for new beginnings, when you're asking for really newness, you know, freshness in your life. And that is why I said you use 2 white candles, and in the sense that you'll be asking from both your maternal and your paternal side of the family. So guys, that brings us to the end of our video. Please don't forget to comment down below if you have any questions. I'm more than happy to answer them, and let's engage and let's talk and discuss, you know, the entire process of uPhahla and what sort of things you use or incorporate into uPhahla when you do it. Also, please don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to share the video. It might help somebody in your circle, somebody, you know, that might be in the process of wanting to learn about these things but doesn't know how to go about it. Until next time, keep well.